Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Hoop. Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Christopherson, and I've got Deanna Lindley here with me, and Ginger McLeod. And
Yay, Ginger's back.
We are so bad. So glad that Ginger is back. You've been doing a little bit of traveling for work, a little bit under the weather. Mm-hmm. What is going on, Ginger?
So I got to spend a week in Ponte Vedra, Florida.
Oh, Florida.
Yes.
Nice.
Enjoying the sunshine there with the Viking dealers at their convention. And then, of course, we got to go to Houston to International Quilt Market and talk to a lot of your shop owners who do all kinds of fun things with Kimberbell and are looking forward to maybe like the next 6 months of what they're going to bring into their shop. So I got to chat with a lot of them and have lots of fun. And then, of course, all that traveling made me a little sick. All those airplanes, and lots of germs. So I did get a little bit of a cold, but I'm back and so excited to be here. I have missed you guys and missed you guys. So
we're so glad you're
good
back.
to be here.
Yes, so glad.
Well, it is good to have you back with us today, Ginger.
Thank you.
Since you are back, why don't you start us off with our get to know you question today?
Okay.
Good.
What is the dish that you make that everyone wants you to bring to Thanksgiving dinner?
Okay.
Ooh.
I have a really great make-ahead mashed potato recipe.
Ooh.
So it's got cream cheese in it, lots of butter,
butter.
lots of butter.
It's got to be good then.
Some, half and half, so lots of yummy things. And I love that you can make it ahead, freeze it, and then you just heat it up for your Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh
That
my
is
gosh,
awesome.
that sounds wonderful.
It's
I think all of
delish.
our viewers are going to want that recipe.
Okay, it's a Ree Drummond Pioneer Woman recipe.
Oh, nice. Okay, you can't go wrong with her.
There you go.
I think that's a great question for our audience to answer too. So please chime in as we're talking about it too. What is that go-to recipe that
please.
you want to have when you go to Thanksgiving dinner, or what everyone wants you to bring when you go to Thanksgiving dinner?
Yes.
For me, it's the pomegranate salad. Now, this is something that has been passed down from generation to generation in my family. My grandmother grew up on a pomegranate farm. And so that is a really special thing. When they had nothing at all, that pomegranate was really, really important to them. So it has special meaning in our family. It's got the chopped apples, it's got the pecans, and of course, real whipping cream. You got to have that.
Yeah, of course.
So that's kind of our go-to
No Thanksgiving
dish.
would be right without whipping cream.
Right. What about you, Deanna?
For us, it is a stuffing dish that I make where you cook bacon and then you take the bacon out and save all the drippings from the bacon and put the breadcrumbs in there and kind of saute it. And then you add in some cranberries and chicken broth and, of course, put the bacon back in and then you bake it. So it too can be made ahead, but...
Okay, I have a feeling that the
need a
three of us
Kimberbell
need
recipe.
to post these recipes on the blog. We'll get with Jenny on that because all of these sound so good. But what about our viewers? We've got Caitlin in the background here moderating all the comments. What are people saying is their go-to recipe to bring for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Lisa says that she makes some killer deviled eggs.
Ooh.
Those sound delicious.
Love them.
Maxine says scalloped corn and buns.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, tell us more.
Yeah. Send the recipes with your comments.
Right. What else?
We've got broccoli and rice casserole.
Okay.
Ooh.
That one sounds great. Another green bean casserole.
I think that's a staple, right?
It is. It is.
And everyone has their way.
I was going to say
of
they have their
doing
own
the green
version.
bean casserole. So I'd love to hear more about hers. Yeah. Tell us more.
Yams and marshmallows.
Oh, yes.
Of course.
Another staple. Yep.
And then an interesting one is Portuguese stuffing.
Ooh.
That sounds
We need to know more about that one.
I know.
Yeah, that sounds delish.
And then, of course, pecan and pumpkin pies.
Oh, yes. We can't forget all the pies.
Maybe that should be our question for next week.
Yes.
What
Ooh, a
pie, is your go-to?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
I love that too.
Well, I'll tell you what, with all the holidays coming up, there's certainly, this is the time to be on your embroidery machine. And it's so much fun to do these kinds of things for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for Hanukkah, whatever it may be. It's just a a really great time, isn't it? So last week, if you saw us on Inside the Hoop, I actually got to show you how to make a Christmas ornament on your machine by using our background quilting designs, layering an applique on top, and then turning it all into an ornament all in your embroidery machine. And what's been fun is that we've seen pictures coming through the Kimberbellas and Fellas Facebook page where people are already making ornaments from that episode last week. So if you didn't catch that last week, it's not too late to watch. It's always on YouTube or Facebook. We'll be sure to put the link in the notes for the Inside the Hoop from last week so that you can catch up on it and make your own ornaments. But we'll also put in a link for yesterday's What's New Wednesday episode because I want you all to see the pictures that people have been sending in and be inspired by them all.
I love all the inspiration we got yesterday.
Yeah, a whole lot of fun, definitely.
Yeah.
So that brings us to what we're going to be talking about today. And Ginger is going to be the star of this show today because she actually took a design, which is going to be a buy a block design, by the way, today. And what was once a Halloween design, you've turned it into Christmas.
I did.
I'm
It's
so
so cute, you
excited.
guys.
I'm so excited about
Tell
it
us a
too.
little bit more.
So I tend to decorate my kitchen in gingerbread.
Go figure.
I mean, with a name like Ginger, what else are you supposed to do at Christmas time? So I wanted a little wall hanging that I could add in there that had that kind of gingerbread Christmassy feel. So I took this Halloween design and turned it into Christmas. So let's watch the video and see what I did. Okay guys, I'm stitching our Apothecary candy corn jar from Broomhilda today, but I'm gonna do a little twist on it and make it for Christmas. So I'm really excited. You can see on our directions here, it's just a few simple instructions and a color chart. But actually what those are is just a stop, which means I need to take an action. So if you look on my instructions, there's a bullet point in bold that says place vinyl, or another one that says fill jar. So when the thread looks like it needs to be changed here, that's actually just an action step for me to do something with my designs. So make sure you're paying attention to those and let's get started. Okay, you guys, I just want you to know I'm going to use the same thread color the entire time. So I'm not going to change my thread color. And because I'm stitching with vinyl, I'm going to use an 80-12 needle. Okay, so I have already hooped my stabilizer and fabric. You can see that I put Kimberbell's fusible backing on the back of the fabric to prevent puckering. And then I have used a light tearaway stabilizer. Okay, so I have stitched my placement line so that I know exactly where to place my Kimberbell vinyl. This is just our clear vinyl, and I've cut it to size as the directions, and now I know to place it right over the top of that placement line. And I've got a couple of Kimberbell paper tape pieces that I'm just going to tape that into place so that vinyl doesn't shift at all while it's stitching. And we'll go ahead and tack that down. So now I'm going to do the Apothecary tack down line and decorative outline, and then I get to fill the jar. That's the really fun part. So we finished the decorative stitch, which is so fun, and now I get to fill my jar. So I'm gonna pull the piece of tape up off of this top so that I can pull that back and I can start to fill my jar with my fun little treats. And I found some cute little candy canes for this jar that I just got at the craft store. So we're gonna kind of start tucking those in and fill that jar with fun little goodies.
Oh, that is so cute!
Fun!
Oh my
We'll have
goodness.
some go the other direction.
Oh, yeah.
And here's a little pencil that if I need help to push them down in there like I want them,
Oh,
then
good idea.
I can do that.
Ginger, that is so cute. What are you going to do next after you filled it?
So now that I filled it, I'm going to put it back in my machine and do the Apothecary lid tack down line and decorative outline, and then remove my project from the hoop and trim the vinyl. Notice that there's a fourth step here. We're not going to stitch this stitch, but it's just a stitch meant only to prevent our presser foot from dragging across the top of whatever you've put in your jar, because your machine wants to take your presser foot back to the center of your project, right? And we don't want it to mess with anything that you've done so far.
That's really smart.
Yeah, our digitizers are fantastic. Yeah, they think of everything. So let's go stitch the lid.
What are you going to do with it?
You know what? I'm going to make a couple of more jars, and then you'll have to tune in to Inside the Hoop to see my finished project.
Oh my gosh, Ginger, I think you've inspired us all.
Yes, I can't wait to try this.
Can you show us your finished project? We're dying.
Is my finished project so far. I need to get the binding on it.
Okay.
But here is my finished project. So you can see those cute jars. Okay, now in that video, I didn't do background quilting, but I decided that I wanted to go back and do some background quilting behind my Apothecary jar. So I did that, and then I used the block by block method as well for my confetti tabletop borders.
So
cute.
Oh, aren't those fun?
And the peppermints.
Oh, I love it.
So you mentioned about the confetti border. Tell us a little bit more.
So we debuted the confetti table topper at Kimberbell Day, right? So I just took that same idea
Method,
and made it a little longer and enough to fit this design so that I can hang this in my kitchen.
I love it.
So fun and whimsical, and I'm dying to go to the craft store and get some of these.
Yes, yes.
Because those are plastic.
Yes,
yes.
They're not edible. They're not going to go bad in there.
No.
Oh my gosh.
And they're sparkly too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be sure to put the link to how to do this confetti border in the notes, because you're all going to want to try it.
Oh, so much fun.
Yeah.
And
So
a good way
much
to
fun.
use up
So
some of your
easy.
scraps.
Yeah.
So
Definitely,
easy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about for the binding?
I think I'm going to do the red and white stripes so it looks a little more peppermint.
Oh, I like it.
Easy, right?
That will be so cute.
So I think it will be really fun.
Ginger, I think you have
You
inspired
hit it out of the park.
a whole lot of people out there.
Yes.
I know I'm excited to just switch it up and do
Definitely.
something for Christmas for
Right.
sure. Now, as Ginger said in her video, this design itself, this Apothecary jar, is a brand new buy a block design that's now available today at Kimberbell.com. We'll put a link in the notes. This is what it looks like when you're going to see it, because it originally came from Broomhilda's Bakery, as you mentioned. And so it looks a little bit different in the picture, like you see there, right? And we called it the Apothecary candy corn jar because in the original design, of course, we had little candy corns in there. But now you've made it all new by putting in a different type of candy. I absolutely love that. So we'll be sure to put the link in the notes for that. I think it would also be good to pull up the background quilting design you used so that we can see how adorable that is. And this has been one of our best-selling background quilting designs, so probably a lot of you already have this, which is so fun to see because now you have another way of using it. But of course, if you don't have it yet, we'll put a link in the notes so that you can get that and start making this right away. So I think it would be a great time now to go ahead and show. I think you brought the original design,
Broomhilda
right?
design.
Here we go. So this is what it originally looked like. This was actually part of This was the bonus project from Broomhilda's Bakery. But as you can see here, it's the same jar right up there. But then we've added little bows in there. This is a different style of jar that's part of Broomhilda's Bakery. And we added some pumpkins, and then finally that third jar is the same one that's part of the Buy a Block design. And
got some spiders, I think.
Oh my gosh, some creepy spiders.
Yeah.
I love that. And you know, we used a scrappy border on this, but this is not the confetti border. We used a little different method that's part of Broomhilda's Bakery. But boy, whether you do a scrappy border or you do something really extra scrappy with the confetti, both are so cute, aren't they? Oh my goodness.
Fun.
Now,
lots of fun stuff.
one of our colleagues at Kimberbell, her name is Erin, you may know her from Meantime, she actually was so inspired to do this jar a couple of years ago at Halloween time. And I said, Erin, can we get some images of those pillows you did, because I love more the neutral tones that she used, and then you got to see what she put in her jar. Let's take a look at those images. Here it is sitting on a chair there, but let's get an up close look at that.
I know, who knew bugs could be so
I know.
Yeah.
Aren't those fun?
Well, what's fun about
They're
that is
sparkly bugs.
she's got some sparkle and shine going on there with some crystals in there, and I believe
But I
those
do
are all
love
metal.
that it's those muted tones.
Yeah, let's take a look at a couple more images. Oh, isn't that pretty? And the next one.
Pretty.
There you go. All the bugs
So
in
cute.
the jar. That is
Gorgeous.
really, really fun.
Yeah.
I like those
It
too.
was great.
Very fun.
So, now that you guys have gotten a little inspiration, what are you going to put in your jars? Share your ideas with us.
Good question. Yeah, go ahead and chime in the comments as we discuss. What do you think?
You know, I
you'd put in
thought
the
it
jar?
might be fun to do something more on the side of Valentine's Day and maybe do that little jar and then get some little conversation hearts and put in there. I thought that might be cute. I love Valentine's Day.
I love that idea. Okay,
That would be fun.
you know what? I think everyone's minds are reeling right now. For me, I'm kind of feeling like I could do something like this for my sewing room, and in that jar put like maybe some scraps of fabric and maybe some buttons or some bobbins even. Some
I
empty
like that.
bobbins.
I like
I
that.
think that could be a lot of fun.
Then you don't have it just for 1 month.
Exactly. You can use it all year long. This
that.
design is so versatile,
It
isn't
is.
it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
the
let's go ahead-
possibilities are limitless.
Yeah, let's ask our audience. Caitlin, what are people saying they put in their jar?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of like confetti.
Yes.
Cute.
An interesting one was like the parts of a gingerbread man. That
Oh, that would be fun.
Ginger.
Yeah.
Do that
I
now
do need
for
to
your
do that,
kitchen,
yes.
right?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, what else?
snowballs, snowflakes, candy cane buttons,
Oh, very
Oh,
fun.
I love it.
St. Patrick's Day gold coins.
Oh, fun.
Love
I
it.
feel a lot of pillows coming on.
Yeah.
Maybe I need a holiday pillow.
Yes,
Holiday.
that would be so cute.
And Sue has a cool one. She said that she put her grandma's old buttons so that she could use it all year long in her sewing room. Like she could
Oh, I love
Love it.
that.
That's a
Love
great
it.
Little ways to
thing,
keep
yeah.
grandma close.
Little sentimental.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Anything else, Caitlin?
seashells for her beach house.
Okay.
And an interesting one from Alice, dog treats.
Oh, I love it.
Fun.
We all love our puppies,
I
don't
love that,
we?
Alice. Caitlin, thank you for sharing those. Keep putting those, your comments in.
Yes.
Because I think it inspires certainly us, but
Oh,
all
absolutely.
of you
Yeah.
as well. That's awesome.
So fun.
So since we're talking about embroidering with vinyl
Yes.
today, I thought it would be good to reach out to our product development team and say, hey, we're doing a show on embroidery with vinyl. You guys are the experts. What kinds of tips would you give our viewers on, what kinds of needles to use, how to cut
Yes.
it, all the things, and they came through for us. So Ginger,
They
go
did.
ahead and
Did.
tell us some of those tips.
Okay, so we talked to Vicky with our product development team, and she gave us 2 tips. The first one is to slow your machine down by half. So get that machine slower, and then our team likes to use a Microtex sharp 7010 needle. And the reason they like this needle is because it's really small and so it doesn't put a lot of holes in your vinyl as it's stitching to perforate it. And then they said if there's problems when stitching, use your sewer's aid on your thread. So Kim, what's sewer's aid? I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, that's a great question. Many of you may have the same one. Sewer's aid, it comes in a little bottle, and it softens and moisturizes your thread. Thread gets dry, it can break, and so if you ever have any kind of thread breakage, or like she said, you're sewing through vinyl, then using a little bottle of sewer's aid with just maybe a drop or two on your thread works wonders. So what you would do, if this was your spool of thread, you're just going to turn it on its side, take your little bottle of sewer's aid, and just give it maybe a drop or two. That not very much is needed, and then you just rub your finger along that thread just to put those drops into the fibers of that thread, and it just softens it up. And when it goes through your needle, and therefore then your vinyl, you're not going to have any breakage. So I think it's a great little sewer's aid.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. Great tip.
Yeah.
Our next tip is also from Vicki, and she said when you're trimming your vinyl, you want to make sure that you have really sharp scissors.
Yes.
She says it's easy to get jagged edges or points. Therefore, long, smooth cuts are necessary. It is best to use duckbill or double curved scissors.
Okay,
That's a
absolutely.
good tip, too.
Sharp is always best, for sure. You know, when I talked to Jeanette about this very topic, she also added a few thoughts on the digitizing of vinyl. She said, you know, satin stitching can actually perforate the vinyl, which makes complete sense, right? We don't want that to happen. So you really need to be careful about the types of designs you are choosing when using vinyl. She said in some cases, if we use a satin stitch, they're going to throw in, as digitizers, they're going to throw in another type of stitch to go right by its side. They call it a stay stitch, or it's a row of triple or bean stitches, you might know it by, and that also helps protect that vinyl from actually tearing away from the satin. So I love that our digitizers are thinking about that when they go to digitize anything with vinyl. She then went on to say that Mandy from our product development department came up with another idea for cutting vinyl. So in addition to using the scissors that you, Deanna, mentioned, Mandy actually took some extra sharp seam ripper, and she used the seam ripper to cut the vinyl. She said it went so smooth, had nice curves around, you know, all parts of the project. And I thought, okay, that's brilliant. I've never thought of using a seam ripper to cut it. So try it out the next time you go to cut your vinyl. I thought that was great.
I think the recurring theme is make sure it's sharp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. So there you go.
Sharp and
sure.
long, smooth.
Just roll with it. Don't get in a hurry. Don't try to make
Take your time.
You know, jagged. Just roll with it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I like it. So I hope that helps you. You know, the next time you go to work with vinyl on, you know, projects that you actually go, oh wait, I remember
A little
this tip or this tip or this tip. So there you go. I think now would also be a great time to share another project at Kimberbell where we use vinyl, and this one we chose in particular because Christmas is around the corner, and you might be looking for a little extra something special for that. So, Deanna, go ahead and show us what that is.
I love this design.
Yeah, this one comes from Fun with Fringe seasonal flower jars, I think.
Look
Something
at this.
like
Look at
that.
these little sprigs of pine
Beautiful.
with the candy cane.
But look, that mason jar is done with vinyl, and then
Yep.
we even stitched the word joy, which is one of our favorite words around here.
Yes.
Not only because of what it means, but who it
really
applies
nice
to,
too.
right? If you know, you know. Joy. So there we've got a jar, and then we've got the little sprigs sticking out with a fringe. I think that is absolutely adorable.
Yeah.
But just when you think it's cute on a tea towel, look
Wait till
at
you see
this.
this.
Oh my goodness, this
cute
is the
little
sweetest.
pillow.
Isn't it so cute?
And I love the colors. I love the teal in there. I just think it just
Yes.
adds to.
Yeah.
And the background quilting on
Yes.
that is so adorable.
Yeah, it looks like we used our stipple design as background quilting for that. Added the joy jar on top.
Yes.
And that is just too cute for words. Do you see those cute buttons on there?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, this would be the sweetest little pillow to make someone.
That's
right?
what I was thinking, is if you need a quick, easy Christmas gift, here's a great idea.
Yes.
Definitely.
And that design they can get in our vault.
Yes, that's
Correct.
right. So we'll
Yes.
put a link in the notes as well, because you can download this along with many other
And we talked about that
Jars.
friend a few weeks ago, so you're all experts now.
Right?
Exactly. You'll find that design and seasonal jars
Yes.
with seasonal flowers for all through the year in that same one download. So click on the link to find out more for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we end today, we have got another machine embroidery tip from one of our viewers.
Gotta
So
love
this
that.
one comes from Lisa Drapella. I hope I'm saying your last name right. She says, my grandma used to say a recipe is only a suggestion, so don't be afraid to do something different. And she applies that to her patterns as well. A pattern is only a suggestion. Don't be afraid to get creative. And I love that. I love that idea.
And it certainly applies to what you did today with
Yes.
the Christmas. I mean, it was a Halloween design. You made it
Yes.
all your own by
Yep.
turning it into Christmas.
Yes.
And now we have
I love it.
all of these great ideas from you to try out, too.
Yes.
No,
I
I
can't
just
wait.
started thinking, what about Easter?
I know.
Oh my gosh, they put little eggs.
Bunnies.
Yeah. All of the possibilities.
A birthday with
Yeah.
confetti.
Or you could do the candles, the little birthday candles.
Little balloons. in
Yes. See you guys.
Guys.
It goes on and on and on.
I love it. I love it. Oh, Ginger, it is so good to have you
Thank
back.
you. It's
Yes.
good to be back.
You know, I
It's just
love
not-
myself some Deanna
Yes,
here.
but it's just not the
but
same when
it's
someone's
not-
gone.
It's
It's
not the
true.
same, for sure. If you enjoyed today's episode or learned something new, we would love it if you would share it with your embroidery friends. It's easy to share. Just click on the share button right below this video. Until next week, same time, same place, Thursdays, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Whew, it's going to be fun.
Yes.
As we roll into the holidays. Until then, have a great day, everyone. Keep doing what you love and keep experiencing the joy of creativity. Bye-bye.